Welcome back to Goose Creek Fly Fishing. Tonight we're going to be tying the Goddard Caddis. It's not a material intensive fly. You really just need some deer hair and a hackle, your color of choice. I tend to like this color combination of kind of the body dun gray deer hair with a dark brown hackle, but you could tie this in any color combination you wanted. This fly intimidates some people just because of the spinning of the deer hair, but I hope to take some of that mystery out of it for you tonight. So sit back, enjoy yourself, and let's get into the tie. So we'll go ahead and pop this fly off. So for the hook, I am using a 2X long shank. I like to tie this on here. So this is a 5212, which is the 2X shank dry fly hook. And we just come in and we're gonna just start the thread about mid body. That's fine. I'm gonna come back right where I'm gonna want my first spin of deer hair to be. So I'm going to try to show it on camera, but for the deer hair, I'm just going to use just some regular gray deer hair, and I'm going to clip off a pinch roughly the size of a number 2 pencil. So it's not a terribly big clump. And I'm just combing out all of the underfur and fuzzies, because that makes spinning a little difficult. You want good hair. There's no reason to stack it at this point. So I'm going to put it in here. And then now we're just going to come around once. I'm going to come around the second time. And now I'm going to give it some pressure and torque. Just spin that deer hair. Now, because this first wrap is right here at the bend of the hook, you can see it kind of catches right there. So you want to take your bobbin, your bobbin needle, and work all those fibers free, and then give it a little bit more of a torque. See, it's going to want to turn because it got caught up there. So you just want to work all those fibers free of the bend. And this is going to happen anytime you're spinning deer hair near the hook, or near that. I guess you're always spinning it on the hook near the bend there. So we're here now. I'm just going to kind of repeat this over again. So come back here, tie in again. There's really no reason to stack that because I just have, pushing it in there tighter, because I just have that one turn. So I'm just going to clip out another pinch of deer hair, combing it out off camera. I'm going to come in, lay that down right up against where I just tied once, twice, and then you just give it the torque and go around. Now I know that there's a lot of fly tyers spinning deer hair all over social media, and they would have you believe that you've got to use GSP every time you do it. Well, we've been spinning deer hair for a long time, and we haven't had GSP that long. So I'm actually just I'm spinning this whole fly on just 6/0 uni thread. So you don't have to get into all of that. So you just keep going. I'm going to kind of come forward, capture that material. And part of the problem is I didn't put down a thread base. So this material is just wanting to spin and spin and spin on that shank of that hook. But we're going to work through it. Like I said, I don't edit a lot. I like to show if we're having problems, we're having problems. I don't want to edit that out. Make young new fly tyers think that we never have issues. So just come forward with it. Just packing that back there with my thumbnail. Now I do believe the better you pack it, the denser your body will be. But I think when you go clipping it, you get a better look too. So we're just gonna. This is probably gonna take about, I'm gonna say probably 2 more sections to be spun on. Maybe more, but I'm thinking 2 for sure. So once, twice, spin it. Now the trick is, don't get, you don't need to crank this stuff. I watch some guys tie and it's like they hook it up to a damn winch. It's just deer hair. It's not going that far. So, again, right there. I'm just pushing it in there as best I can with my thumbnail. They make hair stackers. I have some hair stackers, but I don't think I need it for this fly. I think my fingers will do just fine. Again, just combing that out. And that comb I'm using is actually made from a stag, or not a stag, but a steer horn. And it is, my wife got it for me years ago. And the nice thing about it is, being horn, it doesn't conduct static electricity. So when I brush stuff off, it'll brush it, but it doesn't stick to it. All right, I'm going to put in just a little bit more, maybe not as much as I've been putting on there, but I definitely need another wrap. So this one's probably a half or quarter, about half of what I was putting on. Oh, you can see the fuzzies. There we go. See that? See how it's right up by the eye of the hook? Now watch. When I go to press this back, it's going to move back, a nice distance. And I just need to put a hackle in the front, so I don't need a ton of room. So what I'm going to do is, now this is where I kind of differ from a lot of the other tiers that I watch and I've seen tie this fly in person and on social media. I'm actually going to tie off my thread with a whip finish. There we go. I'll work it all up. All that hair going where I want it. So I'm going to come through. I know I got the vise index, so this will be the top of the fly. And I'm just going to start clipping. Kind of just taking some of the bulk off. Now I will tell you, when you go to clip deer hair, 2 things real important. One, take your time and clip a little bit off at a time. Don't get in here and think, well, I want to go way down and just clip, a lot of hair off at once. You do that, and you'll find out that it comes off a lot easier than it goes on. Right? You can't, so we're down there. So see, here's the bottom. Now I am going to get in here pretty good, because I know I've got to be able to get to my hook. Right? If the fish can't get down to my hook point because I got deer hair in the way, well then this fly's pretty well not going to do me any good. So kind of see I got that exposed a little bit now. This is where a rotary vise does come in handy. If you don't have a rotary vise and you're clipping deer hair, just take it off the vise. Just hold it in your hand, which I do a lot. I usually do it even on this fly, but since I'm on camera, it's a lot easier for you all to see if I just do it this way. And these scissors I'm using, these are just those curved Fisker scissors. I got them at Walmart years ago. They work great. They're sharp and they're cheap. You can dull up some scissors pretty quick cutting deer hair if you're not careful. So I don't use my good scissors doing this. Just kind of come by and look at it, see where you're at. I'm going to clip up front a little bit. Just make sure I have plenty of room. Here a little bit for my for the hackle when I go to tie that in. Now on this fly, it kind of has a severe angle down like that. We'll just cut that in now. Then this underside, I'm just going to kind of come in and clip that the best I can. Again, this is a little easier done if I didn't have it in the vise. So if you get to this point and you're like, well, my fly looks a little portly, just again, very slowly trim your deer hair. So there we have my body trimmed. I'm going to take a little bit more off that bulk. There we go. Just kind of put a hard edge on there on accident. Alright. So the last thing I like to do is there's a lot of loose cut ends on there, and I just like to take a lighter, just kind of touch it, and it looks like it darkened it up a lot more on camera than it actually does, but you can kind of singe those, a little bit of those loose fibers where you've cut. So now I'm just going to kind of come in here, start my thread over again. And I don't need a lot of space. Well, one of my feathers has fallen, so I will do the best I can with this one. So now I'm just going to tie in my antenna. So a few wraps. I'm going to bring it over onto this side. What I'm going to do is clip it. And then I'm going to take the other quill I have here. Actually, I could probably do it this way. Oops, sorry about that. Bumped the camera. Just trying to get this quill tied in best we can. It's pretty thick and durable, so you can, once you get it in, you can move it around however you want it. There we go. I'm just going to back my thread up a little bit into the deer hair. And last but not least, we will hackle this, and this fly will be finished. So we'll just come in. And like I said, this isn't a terribly difficult fly, and I hope if you watch this video, it gives you some confidence to try it. It's, oh, my lord, my hands are all over the place touching the camera today. But like I said, I hope this gives you some confidence to go ahead and, you know, give this fly a shot. It fishes like a cork, as you can imagine, with all that deer hair. It's a wonderful fly, and if you've got caddis on the water, this is definitely one of those patterns that you're going to want to have in your box. So we're here, we just clip that off. Now what I like to do at this point, take those and give a couple more wraps. I like to bring those antennae up and wrap in front of those. Hey, thanks for watching, and this is the finished Goddard Caddis.